Hi everyone, today's video is about K-pop opinions that will make you unsubscribe, so if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, then please subscribe now so that you can later on unsubscribe once you get triggered by the opinions in this video. I'm just basically gonna share with you guys some opinions that can be considered quite unpopular or a bit controversial, and I already know some of you are not gonna like them, but anyway, let's just begin. OO is actually one of my favorite 4th gen debuts. I know you must be thinking I'm completely out of my mind and I need some help. But listen, it's such a fucking bop. I absolutely love it. What can I say? The whole debut was messy, with JYP claiming to have invented a new music genre when he just copied from SM and the OOMV plagiarizing other music videos. But if we leave all that aside and solely focus on the song itself, I'm sorry but I love it. I love the songs. I love the choreo. I love their in-your-face energy and their crazy stage presence. I love the girls and I especially love Jinny. That's my bestie actually. So yeah, stan and mix. Aespa's lacking stage presence doesn't bother me cause it fits their concept. I'm not gonna sit here and deny the fact that Aespa's stage presence is lacking and could be much better. However, I'm not really bothered because they literally have an AI concept. Artificial intelligence is always presented as very stoic, serious, emotionless, and I know that Aespa are not performing like this on purpose in order to fit the concept. No, their stage presence is straight up lacking, but it still manages to fit well with their whole concept and AI image. They could and should definitely improve and go back to being the captivating performers they were during their debut days. But I don't think their mediocre presence is that much of a problem considering it somehow fits with their lore. You only say Kepler has weak vocals because Girls' Planet was filled with powerhouse vocalists. Kepler does not have weak vocals, but obviously since they came out of a survival show that was filled with amazing vocalists, people always make a comparison between Kepler's vocal line and all of the other Girls' Planet contestants that could have made it in Kepler and had better vocals. Let me tell you, Chaehyun has always been my favorite vocalist in the show, but she definitely wasn't the best vocalist. Youngoon is also very good, but she most definitely wasn't one of the top singers in the show. But with that being said, Chaehyun and Youngoon are perfectly fine as Kepler's main vocal duo. If Kepler was a regular group that debuted normally instead of coming out of a survival show, people wouldn't have any complaint about their vocal line. Their vocal line would actually be really praised. But people keep on comparing Kepler's vocal line to all of those stronger Girls' Planet contestants that could have made it into Kepler instead of the current lineup. This is kind of annoying and I wish people could see past that and focus on the positive aspects of Kepler's vocal line. Kepler isn't really the first girl group that would come to my mind when it comes to best 4th gen vocal lines. However, they are still quite strong and should be acknowledged for their talent. I'm kinda happy Kim Soo-yeon didn't make it into Kepler. Kim Soo-yeon was a contestant on Mnet's survival show Girls' Planet. She ranked 10th, missing the final lineup by just one spot. During the show I was really rooting for her. She was one of my top picks and I really wanted her to make it. But now, seeing Kepler's concept and sound, I'm glad Soo-yeon is in Billy. Don't get me wrong, I love both Kepler and Billy and I would have supported her no matter what. But seeing Kepler debuting with Wadada makes me think Soo-yeon wouldn't have fitted this concept as well as she fits with Billy's concept. She's super versatile and capable, so she would have made it work really well. I have no doubt. But I just think she really thrives in concepts that are more powerful and quirky, just like Billy's concept. Looking back now, I'm quite happy that things went this way and she didn't end up debuting with Kepler. No song can be objectively bad. Music taste is subjective, so how can anything about it be objective? Songs can't be objectively bad. I mean, the production of a song can be objectively trash. The music video can be objectively low budget. The melody can be objectively unoriginal. But a song can't be objectively bad because everyone will just like whatever they like based on their personal taste. And nothing about personal taste can be objective. So no, bestie, I don't care if you think a song is objectively bad. It might be bad for you specifically, but the world most definitely doesn't revolve around you. Some groups aren't meant to be skilled, they're just meant to put out bops. You know how sometimes there are certain groups that are just pretty average in terms of singing, dancing and rapping, and everyone is like, why the hell didn't the company add a good main vocalist? Why is it that their rapping is mediocre, their dancing isn't outstanding? And I'm just like, yes, they don't have impressive talents, but have you ever considered that maybe their purpose as a group is to just put out nice and catchy songs that don't require any member going on stage and belting like Mariah Carey? I could make so many examples of groups that are known for their catchy music and not so much for their talents, but I'm not gonna do it because that's not the point of the video. But anyway, it's not like certain groups have mediocre skills because the company is stupid and didn't know how to make a proper lineup. It's because the company simply didn't need a particularly skilled lineup for the type of songs they were planning to give a group. Sounding good is more important than having a proper technique. Let's not lie now. The K-pop industry and K-pop stans care about idols singing what they have to sing and sounding good while doing it. They don't care about them having the perfect technique. I know that a bad technique can seriously damage your voice and idols should be trained properly in order to prevent these kind of problems. But I can assure you that the companies are the first to not care that much about technique. At the end of the day, they just want idols to sound good. I've lost count of how many times people commented about certain vocalists saying how they're not hitting the high notes in the right way because they're just screaming. But to an untrained ear, they just sound good. They're hitting the note they have to hit. Obviously, if you're an expert, you will notice their lack of technique, but most people won't. So in conclusion, nobody really cares about technique that much. You all are ridiculously obsessed over songs you don't like. For not liking those songs, you sure do talk about them a lot when you could just listen to music you like. I'm all about freely expressing your disliking towards a song. Everybody has the right to say they dislike a song. I made a whole video about 2021 songs I hated, but that was it. I talk about that in one video and then I moved on. You don't see me dragging those songs in each and every one of my videos, but some of you do exactly that. But what annoys me the most is the sense of entitlement that some of you have, saying that if someone likes a certain song then it means they have no standards and just like garbage. I can like whatever the fuck I wanna like and you are absolutely nobody to tell me I can't. I wanted Yujin to debut in Classy, so for those of you who don't know, Classy is a 7-membered group consisting of the winners of the survival show My Teenage Girl. Yujin was always one of the most lacking trainees. Her skills were very mediocre and that had a lot to do with the fact she literally had zero training. In fact, she decided to become an idol despite of her parents disapproving. She had always been focused on her studies and never did anything performance related before joining My Teenage Girl. Naturally, there were many people who didn't like her and accused her of pretty privilege. We cannot deny that her visuals played a big role in Yujin reaching the final despite her lacking skills. I love Classy's lineup as it is, but I cannot deny I wanted her to debut. Like she played such a big role in the show. She low-key carried My Teenage Girl in my opinion. She's such an hard worker and even if her skills aren't strong, her stage presence was just insane in some moments. She was never one of those contestants who had a born to be idol quality about them. She always had to practice super hard to even just get her facial expressions down. But somehow she just always stood out to me on stage. Yes, she's not super talented, but when she performed, she performed. She ate everything up. She's such a stan attractor. So fun to watch and I just hope a company is gonna recruit her because I wanna see idol Yujin so bad. I'm sorry but I cannot live without seeing her ever again. Please bestie debut already. I don't care what anyone says. I'm so proud of her for following her dream and for working so hard. Like in the end she was a slayer. We believe in main slayer Yujin supremacy. The plagiarism gives people the perfect excuse to hate on NMIXX. Let's be honest, in the K-pop industry the competition is high, especially between groups that have a similar style and are therefore direct competitors. Even if NMIXX debuted without any plagiarism accusation, someone would have still hated on them, just like some other K-pop groups are randomly hated for no reason at all. However, since NMIXX have been accused of plagiarism, it feels like those haters that would have hated on them regardless now have the perfect excuse to hate on them, and people just generally seem okay with NMIXX being hated on. They think that since NMIXX plagiarized other groups then it's okay to hate on them, as if they had a say and it wasn't all JYP's doing. It's sad to see that people are excusing this kind of behavior and they're hiding behind the fact that they are just hating on JYP and not the girls. But in the end this inevitably ends up damaging the girls themselves, even if you claim you're sending hate to the company and not them. Not everything is plagiarism. Some of you are reaching and it's embarrassing at this point. Like I get it. The ship sailing in the pink sky was totally stolen from Addis. That is obvious and it's something that needs to be called out. But some of you had the audacity to say that NMIXX's fandom name was also plagiarizing Addis. Just because NMIXX's fandom name is Answer. Just like the title of an Addis song. I'm sorry but what? Answer is a word. Addis cannot own a word. Not to mention NMIXX's fandom name is not even written as the regular word answer, but with an N in the beginning. Some people are just trolls, I know, but others are dead serious and it's concerning. This is it for today. I already know some of you are triggered, but if for some reason instead of hating me you actually ended up enjoying this video, then please give it a like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye guys.